Greetings, fellow classmates. My name is Alan Fennell, and I'll be discussing the two hard drives today, one being a hard disk drive and the other being a solid state drive. Both are storage devices. However, there will be 5 similarities in these drives and 5 differences that I'll be discussing. Let's first talk about this hard disk drive. The similarities will be interface, the capacity, the manufacturer, customer ratings, and the condition of the hard drive. So here I am at newegg.com again, one of my favorite websites that I use a lot of times when I'm just building rigs or gaming desktops. And to start, I have a Toshiba 500 gigabyte hard drive, and its interface is SATA 3, and the customer ratings, see, it's about a 3. The condition is new. The hard drive, disk drive spins at the rate of 7,200 RPMs, and this also plays into its data transfer rate, or how much data can be transferred at one time to the processor. This is where those rates typically come into play for a hard disk drive. The differences from the solid state, which I'll cover in a minute, is the form factor, which the form factor here for this hard disk drive is a standard 3.5 inch. And the RPMs, which solid state drives do not have. They don't have any RPMs because there's no moving parts. They also don't have cache. So in particular, this hard disk drive has 32 megabytes of cache. That's sort of like the hard drive's memory, if you will. The latency of this, 4.1 milliseconds. And the price here, as you can see, is only $43, $45. So really cheap, really inexpensive. But for this particular use, probably just be office desktop. Gaming, you'll probably want something faster with higher data transfer rates or access time. And so that's when you'll see this major jump in price when we start to talk about the solid state drive, which I'll do right now. Here it is, newegg.com, solid state drive. Again, the similarities is the manufacturer. This is by Toshiba. The interface is a SATA 3, which is 6 gigabytes a second. And then the capacity, close to the other ones, 512 gigabytes of storage. And the condition, this is new. So as we're scrolling through the specs of this, there's the interface, SATA 3, the capacity, and here is the latency things that I was talking about, the data transfer rate, the access time. This will read at 512 megabytes per second and write at 501 megabytes per second. And as you can see, the price is extremely high compared to the hard disk drive. Once these prices come down to something reasonable around maybe 300, 200, that's probably when I'll most likely buy something like this. But as of right now, for the price, the stability and the data in the data recovery process compared to a solid state drive, it's easier for data recovery on the disks compared to the non-volatile memory of the solid state drive. And I have some other websites that I'll be posting in my um, uh, post for this week's discussion. One in particular is why solid state drives are winning the argument, most likely over the hard disk drives, or are those being phased out. Another thing that I pulled up was a motherboard and why it's important to know the hard disk drive's interface, because you need to know if your motherboard will support it. So you base everything off the motherboard, and here's your storage devices. And this motherboard in particular supports the SATA 3, the SATA 6, and these levels of RAID. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys appreciated the video.